What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to another movie review. Today we're going to be reviewing Escape Room Tournament of Champions. A movie that I did not have very high expectations for. I was pleasantly surprised by the first Escape Room. I didn't love it, but I thought it was okay, and I liked the concept. But going into this one, I had very low expectations because I didn't know where the heck this movie was gonna go, and the way. What is this? So the two characters that survived from the first movie come back. They're trapped in another thing with a whole bunch of other people who've also survived these things, and it's literally mostly the same plot except for a few new things here and there, and a lot of it we don't learn much about the organization that is doing it. You get a little more bit of stuff here and there, like why they're doing what they're doing. And the stuff that happens in this movie makes me question the integrity of the first film, which I don't even know what to even think about that. Because this movie is odd. It is very odd, the way this movie goes about doing everything that it does. Like, I don't even know where to really start off with this movie and, like, to think, like, if I even think this movie's good or not. Because it was a slug to get through. I remember walking out of the theater feeling like, well, that was different and kind of lame, because it's definitely not as good as the first, and the first one's not even that great of a movie either. I was really hoping for something like the rooms in this. Let's get some of the pause. The rooms in this are very elaborate and different, and definitely tries something new that I like. But the characters that are in here are kind of throwaway. They don't really leave as much of an impression on you as the ones in the first movie did. Because so you kind of just, they're literally just here to not make it through a room or whatever. And it's like, really, this is what we're going for? But every time, each room, though, does feel interesting, does feel like they're doing something fun. And the way the movie ends is actually a surprise. I did not expect to see the movie go the direction that it went. And something that happens in the first act and that's talked about riding on a plane and everything, is paid off at the end of the movie, which is very, very interesting to see. And I'm very curious what this whole organization is doing. But that's where my interest leaves, because the movie does not leave a massive impact on me. I really don't think this movie does what it tries to do well. I think the movie is legit trying to weave like some type of weird Sauce type story with these escape rooms and everything, but not doing them well. There's so much they want to do with this franchise, I can tell, but there's so much they can't do. One, because of the rating, and just the fact that it's just not as interesting of a story. Like, not a lot of people are gonna actually want to sit down and watch these. I feel like the mainstream audiences are probably really enjoy this movie, but me personally, it hit the wrong points for me. I did not hate this movie, but I really I don't love it, or even can't say I like it. It's got some interesting, and I'm curious about the world of this franchise, but the fact that like it's not really giving me anything of value that I really want to see, something that like really piques my interest in this franchise and makes me want to actually talk about these movies. There's not much there, and that's really, really disappointing. There's a lot with this franchise I really want to see, but it's the more like it gives us breadcrumbs, and it's not really satisfying, and then it throws whole other things at us where we're like, okay, that kind of goes against what you established in the first movie, but also making us think, like, oh, you want to throw some shock value at us? No pun intended. And then, like, the way the movie goes, and the way it ends is a little anticlimactic, but also interesting. The movie doesn't know where it wants to be and what it wants to be. Like, you can see it weaving its story, and it's interesting. But the way they go about it, and it does not feel... It's not a satisfying way... It's not executed satisfyingly, in my opinion. I think the characters, the actors that return from the first movie in this are good. Our main character, I do not remember her name. What is her name? I don't remember her name. Zoe and Ben were their names. Those two, they came back. They had pretty decent performances. I did enjoy watching them throughout the movie. But for the most part, I felt like this movie could have been better. There's potential for this movie to be better than it was. And I'm not gonna lie and say I hated the movie, because I didn't hate it. There's stuff in this I like. Watching the rooms, watching them figure out the puzzles, learning a little bit about these characters' backstories. They tried to give you this same level of depth that you got from the other characters in the first movie, because I feel like those ones were a little more interesting than the ones we got in this one. I really do feel like they executed that better. Especially like the characters you're not supposed to like and the characters you're supposed to like. They did that way better in the first movie. Here, it's just, these guys are here to just be here. I can't say to get killed, because obviously like some of them do die, but like it's you don't feel like much has happened watching this movie. You don't feel like much has happened. By the time you get to the end, you're back to where we started, is what it feels like at points. And it's like, okay, we're going through the motions, and it's just all over the place. Critics give this movie a 51% on Rotten Tomatoes, and audiences give it a 75%, which a 75 is all right, I guess. But I want to give this movie a higher rating, but I just can't. But there's potential here. There's a potential here for a compelling story and compelling characters and a compelling overall... I want to know more. I want to know more. But the fact that it does not execute it in a satisfying or interesting way... And I'm interested, but I want to know more, and you're making me have to dig into like theory bait and everything. Because that's kind of what we did the first one. Was like, okay, I'm curious and more, but like this one just leaves me with more questions than answers, and that's an issue for me. I think that is a big issue for a film of this caliber, which I don't even think this movie did that well. So I doubt we'll get a third installment. So I feel like maybe as a TV series this could work interestingly, but who knows? I don't really know what to think about it. I don't really. But I hope you guys at all enjoyed this review. If you did, please let me know down in the comment section what you guys thought of this movie. Overall, my rating, I'll be nice and give it a 2.5 out of 5. I think that's right down the middle with it. I think there's potential here, but I hope we can get more than what we got, and hopefully something good comes out of this franchise, because I want to see more. That's all I got to say for this review, guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. I'd love to know what you guys thought of Escape Room Tournament of Champions. Let me know down in the comments. I would love to know what you guys think. If you did, you guys know the drill. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys have any suggestions for reviews, horror games, anything along those lines that you guys want to see me review on the channel, review, play, or do on the channel, let me know, because there's so much I can do on this channel for you guys. But that's really all I can say. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!